Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the champion. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday. It's beautiful. We have AD in the house.
The man in black wearing black.
Yeah.
Look at black shoes on, black pants, black socks,
silver watch,
black shirt, silver watch with black outline.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, so we got
nothing but the best for AD.
Yeah, man. I didn't wear the blazer in though. That'd be too hot.
Ooh, the blazer.
Yeah, man. I got a next one of my committee goes, "Oh, hey, do you have a speaking today, huh? Interesting.
It's a green jacket.
Are you committed or not?" Funny, the guy said they saw you in the range at 9:45. You said that this afternoon.
The guy's being me because I left the show because I had an engagement too. I had to go. I really gotta study.
Really questioning your commitment level here, AD.
Yeah.
It is going to be a nice day, and me and Raff are golfing this afternoon. I said, Nick, here's why I didn't ask you to come with us, though. It was for
I would have been able to.
You got to work.
You know what? And I wasn't.
You know my schedule.
I know your schedule, and
That's
I wasn't
why.
even throwing that. I wasn't even throwing that carrot out there because I know you couldn't have done it. But
I probably would have figured it out a way.
No, I didn't want you to because I know you're in crunch time right now.
I've been like, sorry, Rico, can't do the show. Got stuff to do. Got an engagement.
Rico, I
would have come in wearing a button-up shirt.
I told AD.
Sorry,
I told AD
engagement.
at least 5 times. I told AD, invite Nick.
He's a
No,
liar.
no, we got time.
Oh, look at Rico. He goes, I got a 9-iron. Oh, that'd be a 2-iron, Rico.
See, 25 yards out. Oh, 25, 2-iron. It all works.
Everything worked good.
Oh, no. Rico hit it onto the interstate.
Oh, man, here he comes.
Oh,
there he
man.
goes. Here he comes.
So if it's a long putt, do I use the driver because it'll go further?
Yes.
If it's a long
Hey,
putt,
Rico.
yeah.
That's how I putt sometimes.
Yeah, go ahead and take a divot out of the green, too.
Is that how that works?
It is going to be a good day today, though, man.
It's
I'm looking
gonna
forward
be
to
a
it.
good day.
We have Raff. You notice how much he's been singing lately?
Now that I
He feels
got my
more confident about his
now that I
gospel.
got my soul, game on.
Well, hopefully your soul's never gone yet. I mean, you got some. You got to say soul.
Some soul.
There you go, soul. Some soul. You got it in you, man. Raff, I want to expand your repertoire though, singing too, man. So getting some different genres of music. You got a little soul in you now, man.
I mean, if we're performing at the Nebraska volleyball concert, we got to be ready to go.
Whoa.
Trev still hasn't called me yet, but maybe he called you, AD.
I'll tell you what, Trev has not called me because I have not reached out to Trev about singing at any volleyball games. That is not in 80s wheelhouse, Raff. I'm sorry. It's not in yours either.
We walk out in front of 50,000. You put the mic in my hand. Game on.
You think you'd be able to do it in front of 50,000 people, Raff?
Oh yeah.
How many Red Bull vodkas would you have before?
No. Might need a couple.
He just laughed.
He goes, oh.
Might need some confidence.
You know what, folks? It is going to be a good. First of all, I wanted to bring this up yesterday, fellas. We skipped from like winter.
Yeah.
It was spring for like a week. Then we had winter again. And then it was like half a spring. It was kind of not knowing what it was going to do with itself. It was like a pissed off spouse. Like, I'm leaving. I'm coming back. I'm leaving. I'm coming back. And then all of a sudden it was like 75, 80.
Yeah, we skipped it to like June.
Let me ask you guys, man. Are you guys more? What's your favorite time? What's your favorite season? Text line. Let us know what your favorite season is.
Ooh.
Let us know. I'll start him in text line 402-464-5685. Let us know what's your favorite season. Winter, spring, summer, fall.
Summer. I hate the cold. It hurts my joints.
I like summer, but I love football. So maybe I'm like a brim summer to fall person.
And then, so brim summer to fall guy.
Well, I guess I'm not a big fan of the cold weather. So yeah, I'm going to go like summer to fall. Like right at the very end there, we were able to still go to the pool, but there's still some football going kind of right there. Training camps are going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that season right there.
Nick, you said you're what now?
I said summer.
Summer? Why? Baseball? Your boys are summer type?
Well,
thing,
well,
or-
it's just golf, baseball, warm weather. I hate the cold. It hurts my joints.
Mhm.
So we're that's why.
You know, I would say I'm similar to Raff in that I am a like mid-August to mid-September guy. Because mid-August, I mean, still mid-August, it's still hot. You can still, I mean, I'm a midsummer, late summer to early fall guy. You know, I'm not a fan. I mean, I love July. I'm not a fan of hundreds. But I'll tell you this: I'd rather deal with heat than cold. Any day.
Me too.
100%. And I guess, like, obviously, I love college football. So if we're going off of that, like football season, But with football season comes the Wisconsin type games where it's 17 degrees and we're standing outside at Tipsy Tina's, freezing our behinds off. So.
Chase B says you can't have our favorite season because you get all of them in one day.
True.
That is true. Depressed Tim Miles says anybody who says winter is a sociopath.
I really like it when it snows and ice, a little snow, ice.
I love when I can't breathe.
50 mile an hour wind. Nothing's better than that. Sounds like
I do
paradise.
this might make me a little crazy. I enjoy tornado season.
Why is that?
I there's something about thunderstorms that I really enjoy, and I think it's like the Midwestern thing to be like, oh, I wonder if there's going to be a tornado tonight. Like, go stand outside. I hope.
Okay, what you just said?
No.
Clear yourself.
I hope. I don't wish destruction. I don't wish for tornadoes to actually touch down. But there's something about it, Midwestern style, where you walk outside when the tornado sirens are going off, or there's a tornado watch, and you just watch the clouds.
See, I'm gonna tell you something, man.
And as much as you guys are gonna deny.
No, if I
You
know
can't
this-
help it that you're gonna walk outside, or there's a lot of people on the text line that walk outside and just go, "Oh yeah, sky looks pretty green tonight. I wonder if there's gonna be a tornado."
See, I'm a type. If they say it, I'm going downstairs. I don't need to see it.
Yeah,
That's the one thing that really scares me about tornado season in general. It's just the fact that people have heard it so much that now when you hear it, there are a lot of people that go out and stand in the roads and the streets and look up. And I'm just afraid that one of these days it will come to fruition and they're not going to be in the right positions. That scares me.
Because people don't take it seriously anymore. You know, the thing about it, every Wednesday, well, today it'll happen at 10:15. A good friend of mine, man, Quentin Brown. He's here at Educator here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Good buddy of mine. What up, Quint? Q is what I call him, from Virginia. First time he moved to Nebraska, about 4 and a half, 4 years ago, give or take. And we were sitting down at downtown Panera when it was open and outside, and it went off. He's looking at me, goes, "AD, what is that?" And he looks alert. I'm like, "Nah, bro, ain't no problem." Well, to your point, I'm like, "No problem." I said, it's the emergency alert, since we do it every Wednesday at 10:15. And so most Wednesdays at 10:15, he'll shoot me a text and be like, "What up, dog?" Because he just wasn't used to it. But Raff, to your point, it is because we become so used to it. It's almost like living next to a railroad track. At first, you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
After living there for about 6 months or so, you don't even hear the train anymore.
Well, I even
Become
wonder
conditioned.
too, like I remember when we were in grade school and we'd have tornado drills.
Yeah.
And I still remember, like, in the bathrooms, down with hands over the back of your head. And I'm glad at the time I wasn't really thinking about all the germs and stuff that you're but I remember that. So I wonder if they still do that in grade schools, or they do that.
I'm sure they do. They have to.
I wonder if they've thought of like a more like
sanitary.
Yeah, like probably the hallways now, but even I don't know. I just remember being down there and going, "Oh man, I hope this never happens."
Yeah, I remember. I'm trying to think. I'll never forget. We were in college. This would have been it'd have been in 93, I believe. It was this is when me, Tommy Frazier, Bear Miles, and Tyrone Williams lived together on Madison Street. So it was between East Campus. Well, actually, basically, it was closer to Wesleyan. We kind of lived on the beaten path. And me and Frazier were in the car. He had that silver Monte Carlo. And we were coming from campus. We stopped at my dad's place. And I said, "Pops, hey, man, Mom and Dad, you better get in the basement." My dad goes, "Son, the Lord will protect me." I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, that's good. But the Lord also provides you with a basement to go down in there." You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget that.
Who do you think set the tornado?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. My dad was old school. He's like, "Son, yeah, the Lord will protect me." Frazier's laughing. He goes, "Mr. Davis," he goes, "but the Lord also gave you a basement." And my dad would tease Tommy all the time. He goes, "I don't care how many touchdowns you run for, boy. I'll still give you a whooping." So we blaze back over. We're leaving 1305 North 25th, North 25th, North North. You're going over there, Raff?
I love it.
Shaking.
I love it.
Raff starts shaking. He's like, oh, no.
Raff's like, you speak of a town I know nothing of.
Raff thinks just tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
I was just
Slowly blowing through the wind.
I was just going there in my mind.
The Dust Bowl happened in North Lincoln, but not South Lincoln.
So me and T-Frame, we're rolling back, man. I'll never forget, we get to that quick shop on 33rd in Q. And yes, I think that is Q. 33rd, yeah, it goes across. You know the one on campus with that old vowels? 33rd and Q.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
30, basically 33rd and Holdridge going across.
Spent a lot of time down there in my time.
Yeah, and Tommy goes, AAD, dog. He goes, this don't look good. We looked up, dude. It was like orange, green, black, and like yellow. So he hightails by these apartments, and we're getting closer to our house. And dude, that wind, that was the closest thing I've ever seen to a tornado. I don't know if anything. I think touchdown actually just north of town. But then we got to the crib and everything was cool. But I looked at Tommy and I said, "Hey, dog, was you scared?" He goes, "Yeah, a little bit." Tom Massey says, "Is that in Fox Hollow?" The mean streets of Fox Hollow. He goes, I said, "Tommy, was you scared?" He goes, "Yeah, dog, a little bit." Folks, we're going to hear some message, a word from our messages, which you don't have to be scared of. When we come back, we'll talk about the Huskers' devastating loss to UNO again last night. We'll talk Husker football as well. And also, there was a heck of an NBA game on last night that I stayed up way too late watching. We'll have a word from our sponsors and our partnerships. We're right back. AD and Raff. Nick holding it down. He's actually back. He's committed. Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown comes to Lincoln's Pinnacle Bank Arena, 6:45 this Friday. I am back. You'll see Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Charlotte Flair, Sami Zayn, and more. And from Monday Night Raw, the OC's Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson face the Judgment Day's Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio, and more. Tickets start at $20. Available now at Ticketmaster.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, with early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes? 3.33% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and specialty products, are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin. Kevin at PremierDW.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, like without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon-wrapped dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon-wrapped dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between. Capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lake reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line. Here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
I'm Brian. At 58, doctors told me I had the heart of a 37-year-old man. They told me that after my heart transplant surgery. If you're a smoker, here are some tips in case that happens to you. First, you have to quit smoking before you can get on a list for a transplant. So quit now. And never feel sorry for yourself. I don't. I only feel sorry for that 37-year-old man.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Radio Show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday. Nebraska baseball played last night against the UNO Mavericks. Trev's old school.
No longer UNO, just Omaha.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. The Omaha Mavericks.
They get mad when you talk about when you say UNO.
Well, I tell you
Okay,
what,
Nebraska played UNO last
the way
night.
they've been beating us, we should call them whatever they want to be called at this point.
Nebraska is now 0-3 against in-state schools this year. Excuse me.
Oh.
They get another crack at Creighton on Tuesday, April 18th.
Say Creighton again.
I will not.
You always say
I will
it.
not.
He says it.
I say it. Creighton.
He says it like, "Who's Nikki? Where you gonna go to school today?" Creighton. I'm gonna go Creighton. I'm gonna go Creighton. Every time you say it, I'm like, "What'd you say?" I'm gonna go Creighton.
It's the same way people make fun of me the way I say Bulls. See, people make fun of me for the way I say Bulls, the way I say Creighton,
That's like me and Wolf.
and the way I say root beer.
I can't say wolf. Wolf.
Is that a wolf?
Yeah.
Wow,
that is a big wolf.
Look at you, idiot.
Hey, you see a wolf the size of Raff coming, just pray. Dear Lord, baby Jesus, I'm coming to see you right now. Because this wolf also has a beard on him.
Big bear. Big bear.
The
Big
Lord
bear.
will protect me.
Big bear chase me.
No, I ain't going to the basement.
Big bear chase me.
Fellas, that's how it feels like Nebraska's been playing with you. It feels like almost like a bear's been chasing them, man. They had to come back. They climbed back from a 5-run deficit. And they ended up still dropping it, man. The Huskers are 8-10-11-1 now, scored 5 runs and 9 hits, committed 2 errors, which were costly. The Mavericks totaled 6 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. Nick, you're being the baseball aficionado. Dude, granted, they're not having a terrible year, but why do we lose the games we should win? And it's not knocking Omaha whatsoever, because they beat us twice.
Well, it's weird because Nebraska's bullpen has been pretty tough these last couple of weeks.
The past 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
early on it was pretty dicey.
It hasn't been like atrocious. Because you see promising performances like you have against Michigan over the weekend on the road, and now what's very important that maybe we need to dive into a little deeper in a second. They're getting into a stretch of games against teams with very low RPIs that they need to win. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Last night, it just the starting pitching struggled a little bit. Midweek games are really, really interesting because you're not usually going to throw your aces.
Yeah, your Friday, Saturday guys.
Yeah, you're not going to throw those guys. A lot of times it's going to be midweek games are for younger guys that maybe are still trying to find, Will Bolt and Christie are trying to find whether or not they're going to be a starter or a bullpen type of guy. And last night, they struggled throwing the ball right off the bat. And then their bullpen, Chase Shanneman came in and had himself a pretty good performance, allowed a couple runs, and obviously ended up walking the guy to get on base, who eventually scored the game-winning run in the top of the 10th. But and once again, it continues to go back to the whole mantra of it's not the hits that kill us, it's not the bat on balls that kill us, it's the walks in the airs. And so, that guy doesn't score if you don't give him a free 90, if you don't give him a walk. So.
Well, Nick, I tell you what, man, they granted, like I said, they got out of a slump for a while there. They're 18-11 right now, 18-11-1.
Yeah.
And so they really got to rebound. They need to rebound big time. They play again, I believe, on Thursday. I'm sorry, Friday. Northwestern, which is another team.
That's got to be a sweep.
You got one coach,
guys.
Sweep.
They got one coach, right?
Yeah,
you have to.
I forgot to. I forgot to send this to you guys last night. Northwestern lost to UIC 24-20 in baseball.
You lying, dog.
They lost 24-20 in
44
college baseball.
points in a college baseball game?
44 runs. 44
That's a college
runs.
football score, bro.
They missed a field goal at the end to cut it to 1.
Yeah. They could have had a 1-possession ball game. They missed an extra point. Northwestern is 5-22 on the year.
Yeah.
As you guys mentioned, they have a depleted coaching staff.
How many coaches do they have on hand right now, Nick?
I think it's 2.
Mm-hmm.
Who's coaching first this inning?
Here's the thing.
Last man up.
Here's the deal. So away from Northwestern, Northwestern is 2-18. They're 2-18 overall.
Wow.
Their 5 wins on the year, guys. Let's just go through it. They beat Butler on the road, 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Northern Illinois 15-11. Some of these scores are just kind of crazy too.
Yeah, they are.
They beat Illinois 4-3. They took 2 of 3 from Illinois. They beat Illinois 7-4, and that's it. They lost to UIC 24-20.
4-20.
It's gonna be. I'm seriously, man. I'm gonna be pissed if we lose to Northwestern, and I don't get like too pissed too. I mean, I do get pissed often, but you can't lose.
They are
man.
0-2 on the year to UIC. They lost previously in the year on March 7th, 10-6 to UIC.
So they win. So Friday there should be no excuses, man.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday there should be no excuses.
Sweet.
And that's where now here's the deal, and Husker fans are aware of this. In baseball and softball, the RPI matters quite a bit, especially in the Big Ten Conference, where you don't have many opportunities to boost it because there's not a lot of teams that are in the top of the RPI. So you need to, if you're in Nebraska, you need to beat these teams that have bad RPIs, because these are ones that once the selection committee come in May or whenever they pick the teams to play in regionals, these games are ones that won't show up on your record if you win, but they will show up if you lose.
Yes, those are those proverbial bad losses.
Bingos.
Well, it's similar to basketball.
Yeah.
It bites you in the butt. If you get some quadrant, what's that? Quadrant 1? No, it could be quadrant 4. Horrible team losses. Yeah, immediately you come out. You come out and say, well, it's not that bad. What is that bad? Because later on, when some games are close and they start looking at who's getting in, it's like, remember back on April 12th, you got boat raced by Omaha?
It could also be the difference of being a 3 seed and playing a 2 seed, or being a 4 seed and having to play the host side.
Yeah,
right.
That.
So that's big. Here is Evan Bland of the Omaha World Herald put this out and said, he tweeted this out before we go to break. Nebraska baseball entering the take care of business quarter of its regular season. Here's the RPI of the Huskers' opponents for the next 14 games. So Omaha last night was 240th.
Arr.
Northwestern, 267.
Arr.
Then you have 129. Then you have 57th, 240, 290, 241, 206.
Good Lord.
So, I mean, you're talking about, so you have 267 this weekend, right? So you need 3 wins.
3 wins.
Then it's a little more respectable for your next 4 games. You play 1 game against the 129th RPI and 3 games against the 57th RPI. And then it's 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games with opponents with a lower RPI than 240th.
Yeah, you got to come out of there at least 12-2, I would think.
Yeah, you have to get it done. Now baseball being the sport that it is, if you drop one, that happens, but you cannot lose series. You cannot lose series to Northwestern. You cannot lose them to and you got to beat Creighton next Tuesday.
You have to.
You got to beat Creighton.
You better be.
You got to beat Creighton.
Who's a good little Nicky?
How do you say it?
Creighton.
Creighton. So it's Creighton.
It's Creighton.
We gotta be.
Just say Creighton. Just say Creighton.
Creighton.
Creighton. There you.
Creighton.
Sounds like we're talking about Superman. Kryptonia.
Krypton.
Folks, we're going to take a break. A word from our sponsors. We do pronounce their names correctly.
Creighton.
Creighton.
We will have history on the other side after word from our sponsors. It's Raff, AD, and Nick holding it down. Be right back. 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Jay Foreman. I wear gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylink.org.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 340 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since T97. See the black and white trucks. You know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known, but what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-774-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. AD singing like
This is Creighton. It's Creighton.
You better watch out singing that song. Jake will be in here in 2.2.
You can sing
going
it.
punches.
You can say it.
We don't say
It's
Creighton on this station.
It's Creighton. It's Creighton.
Oh boy.
Nick, tell me now.
Oh boy.
It's Creighton.
Oh boy.
Tell me, Nick, it's Creighton, not Creighton.
It's Creighton. Creighton.
It's Krypton, the planet
I gotta
Krypton.
say,
You know what
it's Creighton.
You know what you sound like when you say that?
Creighton.
When you say like Creighton like that?
He sounds like
you sound like that little kid that likes corn. corn.
No, I do not.
It's amazing.
Hey, dog, you seriously sound like my little boys, in particular Keenan, when he had a tippy cup. Can I have more tippy cup? Got more Creighton? Got more tippy cup?
Creighton.
I like corn.
Creighton.
Well, folks, listen, if you want to watch something funny, you have to go. I'm going to post this shortly. I have to duck out of here about 9:25. Nick.
Somebody's not bought in.
Hey, Joe B says, please stop, AD. You're burning my ears. I have to leave.
The singing's fine. You just can't be saying Creighton over and over again.
Yeah.
All these Nebraska fans are like, no.
Crowbait says the crouton Jays.
Crouton Jays.
That's good.
So I have to duck. I got a presentation in Omaha at 11. Me and Raff have some business to take care of at 1:15 at a particular place outside today. On behalf of, we just call it, I don't know, being good ambassadors.
Ambassadors?
Actually, we have a tea time at 1:15. But
ambassadors of the program.
So Nick and Raff are going to take us home from 9:30.
Take us home.
But we have to make sure. And so I say this. I'm going to post this shortly. You got to check it out. I'll post it. I'll tag 93.7 a ticket. I'll tag Raff. I'll tag Nick, myself. Raff was warming up for Raff's good take that'll take place at 9:30. So I'm going to post this video here in about 3 minutes or so. So you want to make sure you check out this quick choir rehearsal session we had, and particularly watch his right hand. I'm not sure what Nick, what was that right hand doing, bro?
I don't know. It's like he loses consciousness and he just starts shaking it, and
it's because I feel the soul.
I like that. And I like how your shoulders even went up.
Yeah.
It's like
I sing with passion.
It's almost like Ray Charles back then. Well, I've got a woman. Hey, over town. So I like how you put your shoulders through. You're letting your body move through the space.
I feel the beat.
You're moving through the space. I like that.
Rhythm is Raff's dancer.
Rhythm is Raff's. We're going to have to make a song off that later. Like Olivia Cuddle. Laura was talking about it. Like here go.
What do you guys think about music video?
No,
we're going to leave that alone.
Just throwing it out
There is one funny one, though. When me and Raff were playing in Branson last summer, it was hilarious, bro. So when we come back, all right, we got history. We're going to burn your ears with joy. See, it's all the perception, how you look at it, folks. How you look at it.
Enjoy every day.
Enjoy every moment. Yes, let the sound, kind of serenade you, make you feel good.
Just let it marinate.
What also feel good is sharing some good words and messages from our partnerships. Right after this, we'll be back with Sam Cook. And Raff will say, now what?
Punting.
We're punting now to commercials.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Let me share something to make life just a little easier. It's just one word, Bryant. If we need service on our furnace or AC, we call Bryant. Same thing goes for an electrical issue. If I have a problem with my faucet, a toilet, a drain, or a water heater, I don't need to know how to fix something. I just need to know who to call. And at our house, it's Bryant.
Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Just one call. 467-1111. Remember, we do whatever it takes.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cmercado.com to see current deals.
Spring is in the air. Everyone knows this is the best time of the year to buy and sell a home. Johanna Rhodes with RE/MAX Concepts Realist, your go-to agent for help with one of life's big decisions. Come see Johanna at the Lincoln Earth Day celebration Saturday, April 15th at UN's Innovation Campus. Green vehicles, local foods, live music, and family-friendly activities from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Learn more at lincolnearthday.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same products you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm you down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally CBD.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Warm, windy conditions will fuel fire dangers this afternoon as a red flag warning will be in effect. We'll be looking at an afternoon high of 87. South winds gusting over 30. Clear skies tonight with a low of 59. More warmth and wind tomorrow. South winds tomorrow could gust over 40 with a high again of 87. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into The Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
Great wins for the corner of the ball, dominating stretches in football history.
We may have seen the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket.
Who's going to sing to us, Nick?
It's Wednesday.
Who's going to sing to us, Nick? Who's singing?
We need to think of a trio.
Who's singing?
Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke, Raff, who's singing?
Oh, punting.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much of biology. Don't know much about a science book.
Don't know much about the French I took, but I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be. What a wonderful world.
It's starting to get smoother. It's starting to get
Sounds
smoother.
good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's like seasoned.
That was brought
I
to
wonder
you.
if it sounds different over the headphones than it does over the FM dial.
You know what we're going to call that? RSD. Raff, Sandert, and Davis.
RSD.
Respiratory System of Dreams.
Actually, it could be. How about DRS? Then it can be the doctors.
Okay, no, Rico, you're not ruining our dream.
Hey, Chase.
DRS, damn repulsive singing.
Oh man. Wow.
Hey, you know the thing about it though, dog? I kind of like it. Oh, Joe B says, you mean to tell me that wasn't Sam Cooke I just heard?
Well, I know, Joe B. You tell us. You tell us.
Don't know much about history. What's that?
Don't know much of biology.
What else we talking about?
Don't know much about a science book.
Why not?
Don't know much about the French I took.
Because why?
But I do know that I love you.
Tell me something more.
And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
It's all about love, baby.
There you go,
It's
Joe
all
B.
about love,
You
baby.
tell us.
It's all about love,
the
Joe B.
doctors.
It's all about love. That's the doctors.
Damn repulsive singing.
Oh, man, what's not repulsive, though, is today's history, which is something, in light of what's going on in the Masters, what happened in the Masters, and the kind of the consternation and the angst between the LIV tournament and the golf and the PGA. 1987, 51st U.S. Masters tournament, Augusta National. Larry Mize chips in. Raff, remember that shot? You can see the video over and over again. Nick, we weren't born yet. Heck, me and Raff were only 13. But if you YouTube and just click in Larry Mize chip shot.
Well, actually, you were 13. I was still 12.
Okay, my bad.
What year was this?
1987, man.
Okay.
Larry Mize chips in from
Nice.
140 feet from a probable birdie 3 on the second playoff hole. He beats Greg Norman for his only major title, and Norman goes down again, which was crazy the way it went down, man. I wasn't watching golf at the time, but you see the clip over and over and over again. So, man, you always see it when it comes up. That was something you look at live what took place at the Masters this weekend and how it's just like it was taboo. You don't bring up Greg Norman. It's just the shock. Don't bring him up. But also in Husker history, 1953, the emphasis is on the single wing as spring drills begin under Coach Bill Glassford's 5th season. It was interesting on the captain show. They had Eric Crouch on there. Big shout out to Eric Crouch. Great interview, fellas. The captain, VJ and Terrell with EC. They asked him one of the questions, do you think the option will still work today? If you got the personnel, yes, it would work again today. People said it wouldn't work back then. I mean, if you got the athletes and you recruit the right guys for your system, it will work if they play discipline. The way that we played discipline at that time, as far as that goes, the Army I know has been struggling years, a little bit. Army still runs that joker. Obviously Georgia Tech went under their previous coach was running that option still as well, a form of it. So, Raff, what are your thoughts, bro?
Oh, yeah, it definitely would. But you also go back and watch, I always say, go back and watch the 97 Orange Bowl and watch the formations that Nebraska was running that game. Coach Osborne was probably 10 or 15 years ahead of everybody.
Yeah, he was.
Because if you watch his concepts in that game, it turns out being with the offenses that were ran, like by Oregon. And he was ahead. He was so far ahead of his time. I think back to, I believe that game, they had like Chevin Wiggins, coming around, like what eventually made, the triple option with Oregon so good. So it definitely could work. I have no doubt about that if somebody wanted to run that offense.
The thing about it was, guys, other teams were always playing checkers. Coach Osborne was playing chess.
Oh yeah, he was so far. And you even look at that, one of the formations like Nebraska in the shotgun, you go back and look that there was a lot in 97 that they were in the shotgun and they were running. They were
still running the
so
option.
He was ahead of his time.
To prepare for an option, first of all, it's not, I mean, when you give a team, now granted, here's what we would do too. Okay. And we weren't overlooking teams, but sometimes you would see if we had, let's say, Colorado coming up, or a team that was, teams we should be. sometimes you'd see a few on the card. You see a few plays that Colorado run because it would kind of ease it into us, slowly dropping information and looks that we could possibly see in 2 weeks and 3 weeks. T.O. was always thinking 3 steps ahead of everybody else, man.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have the option, it's such a nuisance, especially when you have the weapons that we had at that time in the discipline, the pipeline that would punish you. You had so many things coming at you. Then at times you try to see them overload the sides. Their backers and linebackers will be playing outside. That's fine, because then you're going to get a 220-pound fullback coming right up at you, and there's no one home. Then you start cheating inside. There's so many. And then as you start cheating that way, then you have the tight end. There's a half a second delay. He's running down the middle wide open. There were so many things to prepare for. And if you played against a team that wasn't a very disciplined defense, you're going to kill them. Hence why I got to play in a lot of those games, because we already blew them out.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare for a disciplined team, regardless of what the offense is.
And then you also look at, too, that I don't think that the quarterbacks of, I want to say yesteryear, get credit for is just how bright they were in the classroom, the football classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you talk to Tommy, he probably audibled 60% of the plays that Coach Osborne, he gave him, they call the play. Tommy is able to look at the defense, because the trick of the option is you want to find where the least amount of guys are at. That gives you that. And that Tommy had those abilities. Brooke had those abilities. Even, Steve Taylor, just those quarterbacks during that time, just how bright you had to be on the field. It wasn't just, hey, we're coming out and running option right, or we're running a trap. They had to come up, read the defense, find the weakness, and then.
And I'm going to say this, Raff, and you have a good point. I'm going to say this. You'd be hard pressed. Now, some are better than others, but you'd be hard pressed to find a quarterback at Nebraska under Coach Osborne. I would say Coach Solich as well, who didn't give you fits.
Yeah.
They all had different, they all the different gifts. They all had different gifts, talents, and abilities, but they all gave defenses fits. Why? Because, Raff, what you just said, they knew what they were doing.
Yep.
They were drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled. And it's like that old saying, don't do it until you get it wrong. Don't do it until you get it right. Do it until you can't get it wrong.
Correct.
To this day, I guarantee you, probably 90% of those guys, depending on how far they play back, but under T.O., could still tell you checks off and audibles right now. Because it was so ingrained. Yeah, he can. He'll say out of nowhere, check two opposite. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? You good?
Yeah, God, that's been the last time. It's been a while, Tommy. We need to probably get together again. But last time I talked to Tommy, I asked him, I go, do you still know the Nebraska playbook? And he's like, oh yeah, I know the entire playbook. I know all, like you said, the checks,
knows all of them.
He knows it all.
Knows all of them. It was so ingrained, the discipline, Nick, that was in us, and I want to see that come back, because discipline is a lot. Discipline even will help you with some shortcomings if you just don't make mistakes. I've said this before. I will still find myself walking in my head in airports. My hands are doing swim. I'm like, AD, what are you doing? And if you check with Abdul says the same thing. If you check with Riley Washington, would say the same thing. Corey Dixon, Tremaine Bell. I can go on and on. Jeff Lake. I can go on and on again. Lance Brown.
Lake.
Those guys.
No, I did not have Jeff Lake on my bingo board today.
Oh, brother. Them dudes, it's just ingrained in us because it was just instilled in us for so long. That's how we did things, man. So back to this before I go into, I am going to do, Brian C., I am going to do the AD attitude just before I get out of here shortly. But Unknown Texter says, is it a coincidence my stereo broke when you guys started singing?
Curtis and Lincoln says, nothing personal, but you guys are so cringe-worthy singing.
Hey, he ain't heard nothing yet, because at 9:30, you got Raff's good take.
Yeah.
And if you haven't yet,
Raff.
That's just Raff.
That's just Raff. You don't have AD or myself. So.
Hey, Nick's like, I don't want no parts of that, man.
I'm taking myself
keep your name out. Keep my name out your mouth.
I am nowhere to be found.
If you want to see the rehearsal of Raff's good take, you have to go to 93.7 a ticket on Twitter, or go to Raff's page. What is that page again, Raff?
Chris Raff 7.
As if you haven't heard that ad nauseum. Nick, what is yours?
Nick_Sainer. Yeah.
See, if Nick tags you, it'll go viral for you, Raff.
Yeah, he's famous.
He's famous, kind of famous dude,
It's
man.
not true.
Yes, you are, man. Yes, you are. Folks, here is, before we go to break, because we got, what, 5 minutes before we go to break?
Yeah.
Before we go to break, y'all.
And then you leave.
Well, I'm not technically leaving. I'm always going to be with y'all, man, at heart. Nick's like, you sure got to
AD's diet, I guess.
Sure you got a speaking engagement, AD?
Yeah.
Sure you're not going to the range?
I know you need to practice.
Sure you're not going to the range?
So.
Here's the thing, though, dude. If I went to the range,
you would struggle more.
I would. Here's my
know.
problem, man.
I
Here's
know,
my
you're
problem.
thinking too much about it.
Here's my problem, dude. I will go to the range, and the thing about it is, I don't even hit him that well in the range. I mean, I'll hit him decent, and I'll get in a flow in a group. Now, I will take that back. Now, this was about 2017, okay? So it was me, Jay Gates, former Husker Jay Gates, you know, the rep that comes on with us all the time for the radio, Jay Jackson, who played for the Huskers, Akem Udofia. We've been doing this trip for years. We're probably going to do it again this year if we get up our schedules to line up. And after when COVID hit and things before then, people got busy. But that in 2017, dude, I was going to the range once a week, prepping up for our Play the West. We've been doing it for years, man, for like 15 years. I went to the range. I played my bet because I would go and I would never take my whole bag with me. So I would take different clubs each session. I was going a couple times a week, man, just for an hour over lunch and just swinging, you know, got dialed in. Dude, I played the best golf of my life. So there is something to be said about it. It can't be like I am now to where it's like, yeah, I might hit a couple. Now I just don't care because I just want to go out and swing and have fun, man. You know, so Raff, what is your philosophy on the range, man?
Range. I don't really have a philosophy on the range.
Hey, Nick, you didn't see this, Raff. You got to tell Nick. So, so we're at Double Eagle Golf on Friday, man, when you left.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Nick, Raff got in a pothole, in a bunker.
I was in one of the pot belly bunkers.
So you guys on the stream might be able to see it, but Raff, so Keenan, my oldest son Keenan, my middle son Keenan, so Raff, he knew what he's doing, but he just got caught when he was releasing him. He kept going like this. Well, he's in a pothole bunker. Raff, tell him how many times it took you to get out of that bunker.
22.
Nick.
No.
Nick, he swung 22 times.
Coach,
the ball kept going right back. It would hit the wall, come right back in.
Coach Smith, he's like, no, you know you can turn it around and hit out. And I'm like,
Because you were just put up against it.
I was right up against
so
it.
you had to hit it so high.
But see, the Raff, though, it happens to all of us, though. You get just kind of the yips.
And you're frustrated.
You're frustrated. And I said, Raff, dude, it's
maybe
all
the
good.
entire Double Eagle was watching. Maybe.
Oh, they was all watching. I said, Raff, you gotta release. You gotta release high. You know, and he kept releasing here. I'm like, that ball is never going to get over that wall. Yeah. I mean, regardless of what loft of club you got, it's not going to get over the wall. So would you finish on that hole? Like a 25?
26.
Oh my God.
Oh, Thomas, his swings were unlimited. I'll tell you that.
The funny thing was I think I actually had like a 2-stroke lead going into that hole.
Yeah, it came to the point he was swinging so many times. I was watching the Masters and forgot he was even swinging still.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wait a minute. Raff is still in the
Raff's still there.
He's still in the bunker.
Half an hour later.
AD had himself a pimento and chicken salad
Yeah,
sandwich.
went to the bathroom, went outside, checked the weather.
Shook some hands, kissed some babies. And there I was, still in that hot belly bunker.
Speaking of golf, a couple Masters champions were crowned. Did you say the Fred Couples won in 92?
It was 92. It was 92, I think, when Freddie won. So
Yeah, Freddie won it in 92, and on this day in 2015, Jordan Spieth won it.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes. It's hard to believe that Spieth has been around for that long.
I know, 9 times. And then,
well, folks, we had time before we went up. The 80 attitude adjustment to the guys, folks, brought to you by ILC, Integrated Life Choices. I'm going to bring my notes up so I'm going to make sure I pronounce it right. Not pronounce it right, but get there all the information on there. I want to make sure I said this with a request to get it done. I definitely want to say this for you, folks, before I got out of here for the day to go share with a pretty cool audience. Let me pull this up. Nick, as I pull this up, though, Raff, tell me this, man. How did you feel once you got it out of there?
Honestly, ready to go.
He was like, AD, let's ride. The AD Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by Integrated Life Choices. ILC is hiring for direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time days, evenings, weekends, help ensure a meaningful life for the people you support and helping to achieve their hopes and dreams. Apply at ilc.net/careers. Folks, the attitude adjustment of today is this. I went to Osselin yesterday for the eyes, Osselin Eye Care. And I got to get glasses, man, because I'm nearsighted, seeing from a distance, I'm starting to squint. Because even at that board, I can see that pretty good. But if that board's a little further away, I would struggle. I said, finally, after about 6 months, knowing I should have been there, probably a year, I finally went yesterday. But as she's adjusting the lens, getting the right thing, as she kept adjusting the lens, it got clear. It got clear. It got clear. She goes, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2. Second one, second one, second one, first one, first one. And each time she adjusted the lens, my vision got clear. How does that relate to life? I know you both where I'm going. Adjust your lens. What are you looking through? We see what the lens we're looking through. Folks, if you're dealing with a bunch of anger, and you're wondering everything looks bad, stop being so pissed off. Find a way to get it straightened up, just like it is mine. If you're dealing with things out of fear, change the lens. If you're dealing with things out of just frustration, change the lens. If you're dealing with things out of just like, man, we're just like, it's depression, change the lens and do things like that. Get some help if you need to as well. Folks, if you change your lens of how you see things, you can change your life. Even sometimes when you can't change it, there's help to help you change it. Just like I went to the doctor. I couldn't do it on my own. In fact, if I continued doing what I was doing, I'd keep getting the same results that I've been getting. Squinting, I can't see. I'm going to enjoy sporting events more, watching TV more. And reading doesn't bother me because I can read right in front of me, but those things from a distance, I'm constantly squinting. Folks, change your lens.
So is it true that you will be getting the Eric Dickerson sports goggles?
Probably not with a strap on the back. Probably not. Folks, if you don't like what you see, you can change the lens. If you need help, that's available as well. That was AD Attitude Adjust for the day. Folks, I will talk to you tomorrow. But Nick and Raff will be back. And you know what? You do not want a myth. I said myth. It is a myth.
It will be a myth.
You want a myth? It's Mike Tyson. You want a myth? Raff could take.
Great to.
I love Matt. I love Raff's good take. He's always talking about good people, man. It's good stuff. Folks, it's been a great day. Raff's good take. We'll come back to work with my sponsors. 9.7 at 10.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Shout out to Kansas for burning stuff.
They're doing that again.
They do it every year.
Does Nebraska burn stuff?
No.
No. Nebraska does not burn stuff. We are anti-burning.
I mean,
correct.
I wouldn't say anti, but yeah. I'm not anti-burning. But you know,
so Rico is hoping that Nebraska starts burning.
Look, I'm just saying, you need some stuff on fire. I might want to help you out.
Weekdays from 1 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. Bless you.
Sean Jackson here from Power Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Power is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place to seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, We all do a little. We change a lot.
I'm Brian. At 58, doctors told me I had the heart of a 37-year-old man. They told me that after my heart transplant surgery. If you're a smoker, here are some tips in case that happens to you. First, you have to quit smoking before you can get on a list for a transplant. So quit now. And never feel sorry for yourself. I don't. I only feel sorry for that 37-year-old man.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas.
Vegas?
We just got the estimate from the wedding caterer, and we're going to have to elope.
Actually, Members Owned Credit Union is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We can borrow what we need with equity from the house.
Wait, so we can keep the bacon wrap dates for the cocktail hour?
We can keep the bacon wrap dates. From wedding bells to trekking the globe and everything in between, capture your dreams your way with a no-fee Members Owned Credit Union home equity line of credit. Learn more at membersownedheloc.org. Limitations may apply. Equal housing lender.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
It's April, and that means the school year's almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is a great vehicle to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, proudly sponsored by Sandhills. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities at the global headquarters in Lincoln. So apply today, sandhills.job. Boom, got it.
All right, Raff. Oh, boy. Are you mentally ready for this? Have you? Because you've had a commercial break.
I've practiced. I know AD's listening on the radio right now, so that kind of makes me kind of nervous. I think I'd rather have
more nervous.
I'd rather have him here, snapping and giving me the beat. But
here, you need me to do that?
Yeah, if you can just get me going a little bit.
Okay. It's time for Raff's good take. It's time for That's where you.
No, I'm just feeling. All right,
Let's
let's ride. It's time for Raff's good take. It's time for Raff's good take. It's time for Raff's good take right now. All right.
AD, I'm sorry, man.
I
tried.
I added a little at the end.
Just right now.
Right now.
No, you don't have to go back up. You don't have to go back up. Just right now.
Right now.
Perfect.
All right. All right. It's time for Ralph's Good Take.
Right now.
So Ralph's Good Take goes out to today, Emily Koopman, Executive Director of the Belmont Community Center. And this was sent in by our man, Pete Ferguson. She has led the center promoting and supporting the development of children preschool through elementary. Her guidance has been instrumental in empowering individual growth of students while playing an important role as resource of the greater Belmont community. So, Emily, we just wanted to spotlight you today and just say thank you for everything you do, especially for the youth here in the city in Belmont, and just being somebody for, people to look up to. I think that's one of the things that really gets lost is you don't have to be a parent. You can, anybody, kids look up to anybody. So, be that person, not parents, of course, be there for your kids, but even if you're not a child's, parent, you can also be somebody that they can look up to. And I've been, blessed to have a lot of people throughout my life that have been there for me. So I just wanted to say thank you to Emily. Have a great day. And that was Ralph's Good Take for the day. And the comments are coming in. Are they pretty proud of it?
So Brian T says, Raff over there directing an orchestra.
Maybe that was my calling. Maybe I just retire from singing and just conduct.
Would you rather conduct an orchestra or be on the radio?
I'll be on the radio.
Okay, gotcha.
I get to see you every day.
That's true. Thanks, Raff.
Brad from Baldwin. The dogs in my neighborhood started to bark.
AD texts in, says he sends a picture of, bruh, what the hell? And then it's, I leave the studio and you start getting all creative with the song. Keep it in the phone booth. I don't know. Hey, I mean, we'll just send it out right now. If anybody is at the range, at the golf range, let us know if you do see a bald man and it looks like AD.
Oh, AD, he's getting out early to the golf course.
He's going out early to the golf range. He's to the driving range. I don't know why I keep calling it a golf range. Thomas and Lincoln says, seeing Nick every day isn't a compliment. You didn't say it wasn't in a positive way.
Chase B. Raff, you had to actually have a career in singing to retire from it. Truer words have never been spoken.
Okay, so Raff,
oh man,
moving to Husker football here.
Husker football.
The Huskers open up the season against Minnesota.
Thursday night.
Nebraska, or I should say Minnesota, is an 8-point favorite.
8-point favorite. Take the Skurs.
Okay, we're outright or to cover. That's the crazy part about it.
I'd say I'd take the points right now.
Just take the points.
Yeah, take the points.
Okay, so Nebraska's going to lose by less than 8.
Oh, Nebraska's going to win.
Okay,
but I'm just saying you always want that little cushion there.
Yeah, for being because you know what happened. Now here's what's crazy is what if that overarching shadow of death and doom that has covered Nebraska football for so many years is lifted. The shadow of losing by one score and losing in ways that they shouldn't be losing games by. What if that's all lifted and it's like, all right, Nebraska squeaks out. They have the ball with 2 minutes left, down by 4 points, and they go down and they get a touchdown.
Oh, there could be
there might
be a ticker tape parade down O Street later that night. I just, man, I don't know. I know you're supposed to be cautiously optimistic, which I am. I want to
see. Now here's the deal, Raff. We don't have AD sitting here going. It's all great. I like what I'm hearing, but I need to see it on Saturday. Yeah, we don't have that. We can be optimistic here.
We want to see it. We want to see it on Thursday. But, the thing is, what will the reaction be in Nebraska? Like
Yeah.
I had this talk with somebody, that's pretty tied to the program. It's like, what is the reaction of the fans going to be if we do not win our first couple of games? Is it, oh man, we got to move on to the next, we made a mistake in the hire, or are you going to be as lenient as you were, with other coaching staffs? Is it 2 years? Is it 1 year? Are we looking at, is it a bowl game or bust next year? I'd be curious to know, what the listeners out there think, because I'm going into it like, I think that everything that the coaching staff that they've done down there has been, above of anything that I expected out of them so far. But the question is, at the end of the day, will it translate to, the results that are on the field, and
how soon?
And another thing too is the cupboards are not empty down there. Like we were like, when I was sitting with you yesterday, we were kind of looking at the roster, and right now we're sitting at 98 players. We got to cut down to 85. There's I know there's ways around where we might be able to have a couple more than 85.
Yeah, there are loopholes.
But I'm just curious. But I look at that roster, and it's like we were having a tough time, finding, okay, which guys that maybe potentially will not return. And that goes to also looking at this Saturday, the portal opens again. So there is a possibility that there's going to be guys that will hit the portal before the spring game.
Yeah, and that is what's so wild regarding the transfer portal and Nebraska's spring ball, because there are guys that were kind of, I don't know. Like I look at the scholarship chart right now, Raff, and as you and I kind of went through and dissected it yesterday, the places and the position groups that have a lot of bodies, they don't have a lot of bodies that you'd be like, okay, they can get rid of those guys.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because it's like a lot of the rooms that only have obviously one senior and maybe two juniors have 5 freshmen that are in their room. I mean, wide receiver is a perfect example. Is you have 3 senior wide receivers, 2 of those you brought in on the transfer portal. Then you have 2 juniors. One of them you brought back in IGC. And then you have 2 sophomores. One of those you brought back in Xavier Betts.
Yeah.
And so you sit here and you look at that room and you just wonder, okay, even if one of those guys leaves, it's not going to be the 6 true freshmen that they put on scholarship at the wide receiver room. It's not going to be one of those 6 unless something crazy happens. It's not going to be one of the guys that they brought in, you would assume.
Yeah, no.
So that leaves it very thin. And you're sitting there going, can Nebraska stand to lose a Marcus Washington right now? Like, can Nebraska stand to lose a Stephon Wynn or a guy like a Quentin Newsom or a Braxton Clark? No, they can't.
No, it's like you. So it's going. I mean, it's going to be interesting. And I think what plays out is, I would think that, I know the portal does open on Saturday. It's open. I believe it opens Saturday, and it's open until the 30th again. And I would think that no one would go into the portal before the spring game just in hopes that they'd have a chance to, turn the heads one final time in front of the coaches. And you maybe see like some people hit the portal after the spring game, but that opening this Saturday, it's crazy to think that there might be a couple players that maybe they've already seen, all they've needed to see. And maybe it's time, to make that change. But yeah, this portal game, it just gets crazy. To me, it just gets crazier and crazier every year, just because it's like, you just don't know what the turnover is going to be. You also do not know. I know that there's, probably players that talk to other players and other teams and saying, hey, we could use you here. And, you're sitting 3rd string at Nebraska, maybe make your way over to help us out. It might be there.
And
I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid.
You're not drinking the Kool-Aid.
I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, but I think that Nebraska can play with, if not, beat Minnesota.
So here's what's interesting. And these are one of the loopholes that we're talking about, just to provide more context to this thing. So with Lincoln Riley and USC, This was an article that was done by The Athletic, and I believe it was Stuart Mandel that wrote this one.
Stuart.
So Stuart Mandel wrote this article on Lincoln Riley, talking about it last May. So that kind of gives you a timetable of where it was at. And this is verbatim here. Having inherited a 4-8 team that lost 6 games by 2 touchdowns or more, Riley set out to turn over the roster as drastically and quickly as possible. USC would add up to 38 new scholarship players before the 2022 season. The annual 25 initial counters plus 6 mid-year spots left open from the previous year, plus up to 7 transfer replacements thanks to a one-time NCAA waiver passed last fall. Now, here's the part Husker fans might want to pay more attention to. But to stay within the annual 85-man scholarship limit, that would mean that USC would need to cut more than 40 players from last year's team to move on. So doing the math, that's about 130 players, 125, I should say, that USC had at this point last year on their roster.
Yeah.
Most of that attrition would come naturally. 6 players exhausted their eligibility, 9 turned pro, and 14 decided on their own to transfer. So that Riley also said we obviously forced some of the attrition here as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to do the math there, 6 plus 9 is 15 plus 14, 29. So there's still 11
left, yeah.
right? Which is a similar spot to where Nebraska's at. They're at 98 scholarships publicly, and they need to get down to 85. It said they continue in the article by saying Riley got an unexpected assist from USC's compliance department, which found a very little known NCAA bylaw, 15.5.1.7 in the book.
You memorize that?
It says it here. That essentially allows new coaches to, quote, cut players from the roster for up to a year after their hire, so long as the school continues honoring the player's scholarship if they opt not to transfer.
Yep.
Lincoln Riley then said this: once I learned about the rule that you can cut kids, I had a strong feeling there would be a significant turnover within the roster. 10 players with the remaining eligibility were classified as, quote, head coach exceptions, that those would receive aid but no longer count against the roster number. In total, more than 24 players from the 2021 team have either entered the portal, left the team, or medically retired. 7 of those remained on scholarship. The compliance director for USC said they're removed from our roster, but they still get services that are all for student athletes, for mental health, academics, medical support, all of that stuff. So that is how basically it's called a head coach exemption.
And I also think too that we as fans, like Brian T says, sip the Kool-Aid, just don't chug it. But we as fans gain these emotional ties with these players. And we hear a name and we think back to, okay, so they came from so-and-so and they were recruited and we remember them coming in and we get these ties to them. And I think one of the things that Coach Rule said in his press conferences is all these players came in as a blank slate to him.
Yeah.
So they're able to see past the emotional tie that us fans have with these players. I mean, you can say what you want about Nebraska fans. Sometimes, there's a few bad eggs out there. That's just the world we live in. There are bad eggs, but you have a ton of fans that are emotionally tied to all these players. First string, second string, third string, walk on, whatever they are, but you become attached to them. So we see these names and we're like, oh, well, he's a good, player, but maybe when the new coaching staff looks at him, they see, they might see something different. I kind of look at him as kind of like an NFL scout. Like we think that oh, so-and-so is going to be a first-round draft pick in the NFL because we're emotionally tied to him. But then they go and the scouts look at them in the NFL and they're like, oh, the second-day player, third-day player. And I think that's kind of what this new staff is like, is that they're kind of like scouting these players. And I think that what might be a surprise to some of us when some of these players might leave the program, maybe is not a surprise to them because they're looking at it, coming in with the blank slate. So So because it's tough. If you're a Nebraska fan, I dare you to sit down and say, okay, look at those 98 players and get rid of 13 of them.
Yeah.
And then you also got to think to yourself, like, I know some fans come out and be like, the offensive line struggled last year. Well, get rid of the offensive line. Well, you can't do that because you've only got 12 of them. So
and so now, sorry, go ahead, Raff.
Oh, no, so I'm just saying. So look down, just pretend like you're the staff, and you got to, so to say, find 13 players that I guess you would say cut, because that's kind of what it'll be like. But 13 players, it's tough to do.
Well, and so when you speaking about the offensive line specifically, a really good reminder to fans when we kind of say those comments about, hey, yeah, just get rid of some of the offensive line.
Can't do it.
You can't do that, number one, because some of you're super thin there already at guard. I mean, there's four. I guess Gunnar Gatula might move from tackle to guard. Maybe he should move from tackle to guard. But more specifically, that's why Nebraska's in the position that they are in, is because you've moved on from older guys and you've forced younger guys like Bryce Benhart as a true freshman to play, and as like Turner Corcoran as a true freshman. You force them into a role when maybe according to their recruiting ranking they were ready, but on the field they weren't ready. And that's no knock on them. That's no knock. But that first year is extremely valuable for development.
Oh yeah.
And so pair that with a staff that unfortunately didn't develop all that well, and you force somebody to play quicker than maybe they're ready to go.
Yep.
You struggle, and that's why Nebraska's in the spot that they're in.
Yeah.
So you don't want to create that recurring cycle where, okay, we're going to keep moving with young talent, right, and play those guys on Saturday. If they're ready, absolutely. If Malachi Coleman is ready to go on Saturday against Minnesota, I hope they play him, because play your best players.
Exactly.
But that was a situation of not Nebraska playing their best players, but playing who they had to play.
Yep, who they had. Exactly. And it'll be interesting. I look like the offensive line. I know a lot of people were hard on the offensive line last year, and I'll be honest, I was probably one of those people. I won't deny that. But there's stuff that, like, even I saw last year, like those big clumpy knee braces. I mean, it's great you're protecting, but when you're protecting yourself from injury, that's usually the time where you are hampering. I felt like you're hampering your offensive line by protecting them from injury. Mm-hmm. And I think that the offensive line this year, I'm not going to say that they're going to be the greatest offensive line in the country, but they're going to have more flexibility. They're not going to have those knee braces on. They're going to be more mobile. They're not going to have those knee braces on. And I just think that right there, you're giving the offensive line advantages that they did not have. I felt like you were kind of hampering that offensive line by protecting them from injury. And I also love that Coach Rule came out and said, if they play the spring game, it's going to be some type of game. It'd be offense versus defense, or it's going to be a real game. But I love that he said probably no reason why they're going to, put any green jerseys on the quarterbacks.
Well, the best part is that he said we'll find out what the format's going to be like after this Saturday when we go out and hit.
Yep. So
when they go play another scrimmage this Saturday.
Yeah. So that excites me that there's going to be hitting in this spring game, and there's actually not going to have green jerseys on the quarterbacks. There might be one that, maybe gets beat up a little bit this Saturday, and they might green jersey them next week, but actually just to see them come out with live bullets and see how they perform. And it's just going to be positive all around. If you're going to have 60,000 people in the crowd, you've got to use that as a game-like scenario, because that is one of those times where you have the players, like in practice. It is, a lot of people say, I go 100% in practice, but you just cannot simulate what it's like with the crowd and a game atmosphere.
And last thing before we go to break, I mean, I remember standing sideline at the spring game last year, and Garrett Nelson went by our left tackle real quick, whoever it was, whether it was first team, second team, that's not the point. But then he has to stop.
Yeah.
He just stops.
Yeah.
And that's all he does. And I'm like, it doesn't seem beneficial for the defense, for Garrett Nelson, that space.
Yep.
And it wasn't beneficial to Chubba Purdy, who was the quarterback at the time. It was not beneficial.
And it's like they come around the end and they blow it dead. Well, then you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe he could have spun out of there and reversed out and made a play that was, off schedule. And that's one of the things that you notice in a lot of all types of football, college or pro, is plays that are made off schedule. And that's what I want to see. That I want to see, how do these quarterbacks react? How does Jeff Sims, react when the pressure's on? Does he get outside? Does he run the ball? Does he look, that's stuff I want to see. And you cannot see that if you're blowing it dead, or what do they say, passing it off, or whatever.
So what's crazy is, I really hope that Nebraska doesn't have any transfer portal entries from the 15th to the 22nd.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be positions and there's going to be roster spots decided, not only this Saturday, but also next Saturday and throughout the entirety of the spring, but in a public forum.
Yep.
There's going to be spots.
And then have we opened up the lines in Vegas yet? Ooh. Will the first play be a fullback trap?
I don't know.
He did run fullback trap when he was here last. So
shout out to Satterfield, Tennessee.
Or maybe power eye option.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Never forget, Nebraska almost ran the power eye with Omar Manning last year.
That would have been awesome.
But never happened. It happened in practice. I saw it with my own eyes.
I like this one too. Option right, quarterback, play action, tight end, coming down the field.
The seam?
Yeah, Thomas Fedone, touchdown. I just called it
or
right
a Reed
there.
Gilbert.
Ooh, that'd be fun too.
All right, send us to break.
All right, we're going to break. If you know what the first play of the spring game is going to be, feel free to text it in. This is The Drive, 93.7. Dot ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit goflyred.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
Lincoln Earth Day is on Saturday, April 15th at UNL's Innovation Campus. Green vehicles, local foods, live music, and fun family-friendly activities from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sponsored by Johanna Rhodes Real Estate. More event details at rhoadshomes.com.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same product you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and the Internet. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasSpeedway.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. Group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Trip Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light, new Silverado light-duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light-duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Warm, windy conditions will fuel fire dangers this afternoon as a red flag warning will be in effect. We'll be looking at an afternoon high of 87. South winds gusting over 30. Clear skies tonight with a low of 59. More warmth and wind tomorrow. South winds tomorrow could gust over 40 with a high again of 87. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. Okay, I think I know the play. Augie, I think you helped me out here. This is what's going to happen. Nebraska comes out in the I formation. All of a sudden, the music starts playing. Frank Solich comes out of the locker room in full pads, donning his number 45 jersey that he wore back in, was it 62 through 65. Comes out in his jersey, his pads, his helmet, lines up at fullback. All of a sudden, Lil Red come marching out onto the field and lines up at the Mike linebacker.
And Little Red scores a defensive touchdown after forcing a
No.
fumble from Frank Solich.
No, Frank.
We're not doing this. You're off. We're not doing this. We're not doing this, Raff.
On. Okay, so Frank takes the fullback trap. Lil Red comes up in the hole. Frank gives him a shoulder shimmy.
A little shake and bake.
Drops the shoulder, does one of Coach Solich's patented take the arm and rip. And he rips up through Little Red and goes in for a touchdown. We have not sacrificed Little Red in any way. However, there was a little punishment dished out by Frank with the little arm rip.
What if both of them score a touchdown?
It's got to be Frank. It's Frank's day.
Frank can score a touchdown. That's fine.
Frank's scoring a touchdown. Little Red comes up to make a play. He does not make the tackle, but at least we don't have to sacrifice Little Red at the 50-yard line. He's just getting ran over by Frank. That's it. No, and Little Red is able to bounce off over to the sidelines, reinflate, and he's back and he's doing his thing. Frank scores a touchdown. Maybe we put him up on our shoulder, put him up on the shoulders. Oh, all the former players put Frank up on the shoulders and carry him off the field.
Ooh, there you go.
So that's what I expect to happen. Frank in full pads.
All right.
Come
Frank.
spring game.
Well, there is a special announcement. People forget there's a special announcement coming regarding Frank Solich that Trev Alberts alluded to. Probably not a statue.
No statue.
I'm still banking on potentially a role with the athletic department, whether that's like
that'd be cool.
A liaison or whether that's
just
an assistant to the athletic director, some sort of like special advisory role. I don't know if that means Frank would move back to Lincoln. I don't know if that.
Yeah,
means,
I don't think that'll happen. I think they're happy with where they're at right now.
I don't know.
So.
Maybe. Like,
you know what?
As good a stuff as he did, it wasn't.
You know what?
Enough to like retire anything.
You know what I could. You know what I could see is you have like the Native Son Award, and you have I could see a yearly award. The coach.
There you go.
The Coach Solich Award or something for like a secondary education scholarship. That would be. I'm going to go with scholarships.
Okay,
like
I like that. I didn't think about that. All right, Raff, send us away, man.
All right. Well, it's been another great show. AD did his attitude adjustment earlier, so I don't have to cover that today. Thank goodness.
Change the lens. That was the message.
Change the lens. So if you're having a bad day, change your lens. And we will see you tomorrow. We'll change our lens and it'll be Thursday. Have a great day.